Well, actually, I wasn't sick. I, had no prior warning to it. I just woke up one morning and found a lump.
You hear about it in other women, but you always have this thing about, it's not going to happen to me. It's never going to happen to me,
You read about it and you see it in the paper, see it on television. These young ladies too are getting it, And they're not even at the age for breast screening, yet they're getting it.
You just don't know when it's going to happen, when a lump comes, it could come anywhere, you don't know when.
An early detection saved my life because now it's been 8 years.
It just sort of woke me up, yeah. Even though I worked and everything, I just don't mean to say that it can't happen to me.
I just woke up one morning and found a lump that was just here. It was sticking out. I could pick it up and sort of just move it around. And I said to my husband, "What do you think it is?" And he said, "Oh, well, I think you better go and get it checked out." Like, I'm not a sickly person. I've always been strong. I've always played sports. In whatever they're involved in, like the children are involved in, I was always involved with them. So it was just a total shock. I just never expected anything like that. I knew there was a lump there. I said maybe it was just a cyst, but I never expected cancer. Dr. Rowe, he was an excellent doctor. He took us into his office and he explained everything about the treatments, about cancer, how important it was for me to get down and get the treatment straight away, because it was a fast-spreading cancer. Well, Kevin had to be with me. Every time the doctor spoke to me, they made sure that he was there so that he would have an understanding of what I had to go through and also what my children would have to go through as well. Like, they went through the whole process with me.
As long as you know what the doctors have told you about it and how it can affect you and how it can kill you too. If you don't go and get your checkup really quick. Well, when I had the lump, I went straight away, see the doctor, and I don't know, they sort of caught it a bit quick, and I don't get sick from it at all, and I don't take tablets for it. Out in the bush, they have checkups all the time. I know it might be frightening for some people, but it's the best thing to see a doctor for your health.
Just like everybody else, I thought, oh no, I don't need to have a mammogram. And then my youngest son, he was born here in Bone Grant, he said to me, "Oh Mum, you look healthy enough, but it's a good thing that you go and have your test done, seeing that it's going to be for free." So I had it done, and then I had to talk to the lady doctor come down from the breast cancer unit up in Townsville, and I said to her, "Well, I never felt a lump. I check myself all the time." And she just said to me, "Oh, well, it doesn't have to be a lump. There's no lump there, but it's just about as long as my finger, this black mark."
And if we didn't get breast screening, I wouldn't be talking to you today. Because my cancer is an aggressive cancer. And they said if it comes back, like in 3 months, I'll be gone. It first started off with 3 tiny little lumps just around the nipple area. And went up to see the local doctor, and I was sent down to Cairns. Then they did another screening, and they found some more shadows, and then they did biopsy, and they found out I had 2 tumours down the bottom and 1 big one across the top. And so I got my breast removed on the 6th of September 1999.
It all happened in 2001 in December. My daughter came up from Melbourne to, holiday, and she and her sister decided we'll have a barbecue at Coconut near the beach. And I got very sick that evening, and she decided, oh, well, better take you up and see a doctor. So from there, I found out that I had cancer. It was only about that small, and they put those little skinny needle right down into my... I didn't even feel it either. The doctor said, do an operation, but I'm thinking, what sort? But found out he just took the lump out, just from on the bottom of my breast. And then it sort of healed up really good. You can't see the mark there.
We were really new to cancer. I myself personally think, I thought that Aboriginal people don't get it. Yeah, I kid myself, see? But in the Buller family, when we found out my wife, the kid's mother, the kid's grandmother, has got this cancer, we decided to get 100% behind her.
It can happen in your 20s, it can happen in your 30s and your 40s. Because when it happened to me, I was in my 40s. And now I'm exactly 50, it's happened again. I've just been diagnosed with a new breast cancer on the same side that I had the old one. This time I'm really fearful, especially for the anaesthetic. I'm not really scared about the traumatic side and the mastectomy and that. The main thing is the anaesthetic, because I've got added health problems. I've had a stroke 2 years ago. I've got ischemic heart disease. I'm a diabetic. It's just that the added problems that'll, make the operation a more high-risk operation. But I'm willing to go through with it.
For a whole 6 weeks I was in Townsville. The radiation was okay, but what I hate about was the chemo. It was worse than the radiation, I reckon.
They told me about the radiation, and they said radiation, it was just a mirror sort of thing shine on your tit. And I said, yeah, I'll accept that. I'd go down for that. But the first week I was scared, and then when the next week come, I sort of getting used to it. I wasn't lonely.
A year after my breast removal, I got lymphedema because I got no glands to push the fluid around the body. So a lot of fluid comes down this arm here. And so I wear the sleeve to push the fluid back up the arm.
The doctors tried to, at the time, look back through my family history and find out if, someone like Mum or one of the females in our family had had cancer before, breast cancer before. There's another lady, Ivy Weston, and myself, our first cousins, our mothers are sisters. And I asked my old aunties, if they knew if there was cancer that was in our family that, would have came through into our generation now. And she couldn't tell me that there was any other cancer. As far as they knew, there was none.
Well, Mum doesn't know, because all those records and everything would have got destroyed. And so she didn't know whether it comes from her side or from her dad's side. But her sister's daughters had breast cancer, and her 3 daughters had breast cancer. With me, I wish I can get up like tomorrow and have a really good day, but it's not like that anymore. And that's what the doctor said to me the other day. He says, you won't die from breast cancer, but you'll die from complications from the breast cancer, because it affects other things in your body. And they said having the cancer that you had It affected my sugar, it affected my blood pressure. You name it, I got it. Yeah.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's quite like it.
I was offered to have breast reconstruction, and I thought I'm not going to worry about it because I said I'd rather just have the prostheses on and go from there. See, people have a lot of problems with their neck and their back when they don't have the right balance. So I got the right balance because now my neck's not sore anymore, my shoulders are not sore anymore, and that is a really big plus for me. Now that I've got this new one on, it looks excellent. You know, you can put on a really nice outfit, put it on, go out, you look the same as every other woman.
This cancer has never ever stopped me from doing what I want to do. From the day I came home, from the units, from the cancer treatments, I went straight back to work, and it's never ever stopped me from doing anything.
It is so important for Indigenous women to have breast screen, and always remember that you're not alone.
I know it might be frightening for some people, but it's the best thing to see a doctor for your health.
Don't be scared. Go and get yourself checked out and follow through with all the medical expect of you.
And look, you just have to think positive because you'll get through it, and you just have to tell yourself every day, I'm going to get through this.
Don't take your life for granted. You only have one life, and it's how you live it and how you look after this body. Yeah.